Thanks so much for joining us on Morning Live Sport. It has been the story of the weekend, the story this Monday in sport. Kaizer Chiefs recorded a memorable 2-1 victory over old foes and rivals Orlando Pirates at the Moses Mabhida Stadium this past weekend to be crowned Nedbank Cup champions. Our guests will reflect on this victory and give us some insight into where the team is going. We have to give a warm welcome to Sporting Director Kaizer Motaung Jr. as well as Kaizer Chiefs Commercial and Marketing Executive Jessica Motaung. Now, I tell you guys, everyone has been talking about how the team is feeling. Everyone has been talking about what this means for the club. The visuals that stood out for me with the two of you, I think 5 minutes of stoppage time was just announced. Jessica, you were holding your hands like this, and Kaizer, you just put your head into your hands, and it was almost as if you were saying, I can't watch. I'm not going to look at this. Give us a sense of what it was like for the two of you in those moments, knowing that you were just on the brink again of making history.
Intense, literally intense.
That's the only way to describe it.
It was palpable. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And you know, anything can happen in
stoppage time. Yeah.
Yes. And Pirates are a decisive team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've come back and scored just before game ends. So
in those moments, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was very, very scary, but also exciting to know it's about to happen. You know, we're there.
We're on the precipice.
Yes.
I mean, you didn't even want to watch that.
Yeah, I just made a good point. Those minutes, that's like Pirates' minutes. You know,
yeah.
they've shown us that amazing resilience. They always fight back, and you know, I think those last 5 minutes felt like almost that 9 years. You know, of understanding what it meant, not just to ourselves, but to Amakosi faithful and the fans who've stood by this club through dark times, great times. But it was a lot riding on those 5 minutes. You know.
I think Tox was telling me off set that Lucas Radebe walked off and he was like, I'm not going to watch this with 5 minutes to play. And then there was 5 minutes of stoppage time. So it was 10 minutes that he didn't watch this. And then Bobby said, and you said the same thing, this is for the chairman, and that's what everyone has been talking about. You know, given last week's loss and then coming into this, obviously there was immense pressure. You were saying that you were the underdogs, but you were feeling the weight. Did he say anything that just revived everyone and just gave them a new lease on life? And because they played completely differently on Saturday. Jessica, what did he say?
Well, he's always an inspiration. You know? He always very much is behind the team, but really he supported everybody and really wanted it. You know, he's been speaking to us to make sure we do the work behind the scenes, and we just said it is for him. We're really, really proud that the boys were able to come out and do this for him. And
I believe the entire staff contingent was there supporting. So I think there was just an atmosphere that extended beyond the Moses Mabhida Stadium. But I think, Kaizer, for you, you know, not many people realize the job that you have in making sure that what happens on the pitch, you know, sort of translates or speaks to what's decided in the boardroom. It's a very difficult balance to strike. You've done well, though, in the junior divisions, you know, in the academy. Just 3 weeks ago, I think it was, that you guys lifted a trophy there. And people forget that you are a club of winning ways. And you've got to remind them about that all the time.
I think very much so. And also, we look back, we had I think 3 years back, we had a concerted plan and effort. We knew the direction we were going to take. And we, at that time, really began to restructure the squad. We wanted to get a bit of a younger team. We knew that getting a younger team would come with a bit of inconsistencies. I mean, other teams can afford minutes to the younger players. Our team, you can't do that. But we took that step, and I think if you're looking at now our run down Nedbank Cup with a 20-year-old Wandi Duba scoring a goal that knocks out champion Sundowns, it's like those are the fruits and of the plan and the reward for sticking to a certain direction. I think our youth academy is very important to us. I mean, for them to win the Diski Challenge after also 10-year anniversary. Very special, and I mean a lot of our young players who stood up this year and took the baton come from that process in the academy. So I think everything is definitely interlinked, and it's great to see academy products coming through and shining the way they did.
I mean, it's a special win because it's the derby as well. It's, you know, your arch rivals, and to have finished it in this fashion is just incredible. And the thing that people had been saying coming up to this is there's all this young blood in Orlando Pirates, and so in fact, Duba was the name that kept on coming up amongst analysts, amongst legends, saying that it's just so exciting to see that. And as you mentioned, it's not easy need to do. But a win changes things for you as well, Jessica, from a marketing and commercial perspective. I know that you have all these goals. There's the women's team and what you want to do there. And it makes it so much easier for you when you can say, we've just won.
There's nothing like winning. It's the best marketing in the world.
Yeah.
And I must say thank you to the team for doing the work. But certainly thank you to the sponsors. You know, what it does for us and what it does for our sponsors is amazing. And the kind of sponsors we can also attract being a team that wins is absolutely important.
I think how frustrating was it for you? Because listen, you're the most successful outfit in this tournament. You have 13, now 14 trophies, you know? And even if you look in just at your stats, you are one of the most successful clubs. And it's like you want to constantly remind people about that. But when you go through a drought of 10 years, they seem to forget it. And then when it comes to the marketing and dealing with the fans, as you mentioned earlier, they've been with you through thick and thin, through dark times and good times. Was it difficult to maintain that? You know, give us a sense of how difficult it was. Or was it easy because you have such a good fan base?
I think it had some difficulty towards this latter part, but certainly it has been easy because our fans are so loyal. And I think because we've had such a history of winning, the consistency that we've had actually gave us a bit of a buffer. But certainly our fans are loyal. They are amazing. And I must say, this is also for our fans. It's been incredible to see Chiefs supporters filling stadiums this whole season. It's been amazing to see them coming to all the games, attendances. Look at the fan parks. I mean, they were absolutely amazing. And also that supporters behaved, came and had a great time. I mean, people were worried about the ticket sales. And it's unfortunate that we couldn't have a bigger stadium to fill with everybody. But I must say, our loyal fans, I mean, we launch anything, it sells out. I must say thank you to the faithful Amakosi.
I think that's an important segue because if, again, we look at your history as a club, Kaizer, is that you are so successful, but perhaps it's the continental success that's detracting from solidifying you right there on top. You've got the most trophies. When it comes to league wins, you are right there, and that's the only thing that perhaps is detracting from that. Was that the goal in appointing Nabi, just from a technical perspective? And how does this now affect the vision that you want to make sure gets imbued into the club?
Well, obviously, I know when we took this direction, the main goal was definitely to be able to get back to continental football.
Yeah.
You know, that was a major focus at our strat session. We sat down, said, what do we want to achieve in the next 5 years and where we want to go, what kind of squad we'd need, what kind of personnel, and just put down the requirements that we need. I mean, if we think of the Nedbank Cup itself, it's not a small feat because I think 1998, 97 was maybe the time where we scored about in the same kind of competition, 12 goals. The guy has now scored 14 goals to lift this 14th title. So it's record-breaking, only conceding 4 goals. It's not a small achievement. I think that brings us now into CAF, Confederations football, definitely aligned with what we want to do. I mean, we've done everything domestically. You know, everyone realizes continental champions. And I think the chairman, the forefathers, and every single person who's played for this team before domestically have taken this team to great heights. And I think the next challenge is continental football, and of course that World Club Championships. That's where you want to be.
Yeah, well, unofficially you've proved that in your run-up to this final and winning it, beating Sundowns, beating Stellenbosch and Orlando Pirates. So it's just a case of you formalizing it.
Exactly.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us. I think even the chant of Nyambosi, the way it ended, was just put such a beautiful cherry on the cake because we anticipated something and then we got something else completely. So thank you for joining us and for sharing in your glory with us as well. We have been chatting to Kaizer Chiefs Sporting Director Kaizer Motaung Jr. as well as Kaizer Chiefs Commercial and Marketing Executive Jessica Motaung. Guys, thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you in the next hour for more sporting news.
Look at this. Look at this one.
This is my moment. It is.
Special.